let's move on to a little bit more expensive option, but it is an option that gives you a lot more flexibility. And that is, instead of streaming with a cell phone, that is streaming with a camera and a computer. And so if you're gonna stream with a camera and a computer, then you have to have a input device in between there that will, a capture card is what it is called, that you can plug in your camera to the capture card to the computer. There's many different capture cards that you can use, but this here is one that I got a couple of years ago on Amazon. It is actually a no brand knockoff made in China. Don't even know what it is. I think I got it for like 70 bucks or something like that. It actually works pretty good. I was surprised that it works, but it does work. It has a USB 3, and so you just plug this into your USB on your computer, and it recognizes this HDMI as a video input. And so you can plug this into your computer, and then you can open up whatever software you're using, which we'll get into that. I would recommend OBS, but we'll talk about the software in a little bit. And so you plug this in, and then any camera with an HDMI signal can plug right in here, and you've got a signal from a camera into your computer. And so this is a good option for that. There's a few other capture cards that you can get. A very good brand that I would recommend is Elgato. They're a little more expensive. You're probably gonna spend about 150 bucks for a capture card. And we don't use this one anymore. We have a better capture card. And the reason why we don't is the audio going through this isn't very good. It really dumbs down the audio, so we didn't like that. The video looks great, but the audio is almost unusable for music. And so a good capture card like Elgato, for about 100 bucks, 200 bucks, somewhere around there. They got a couple different options. Much better if you're gonna be embedding the audio with this. Right now, we actually use the Blackmagic Decklink Duo, I believe is the card that we're using as our capture card, and very pleased with that. So, if you're gonna use a camera going into a capture card into your computer, let's just talk about cameras for a second, because you can spend $300, $500 on a camera, or you can spend 60 or 70,000 on a camera. So this is what I would just say, start where you're at. Don't put it off, get a budget, spend what you can, and get something and start. Whenever we started here at Ovation Church, this is the camera that we were using. This is the Canon VIXIA HF 200, tiny little camcorder. And we actually used this for a couple of years. It was before we were live streaming, but we would capture on this, we would edit and post, and then we would upload it like on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I think you can get these things on eBay used now, because they're obsolete, don't make them anymore. You can get them for like $110 or something. And it really isn't a horrible picture. It's HD, 1080i or 1080p, but this is what we started with. Even when we got them new, they were $299 or something like that. But this is what we started with. And so you can get a little camcorder like this for 300 bucks and you could start. And really, whether it's a Canon, whether it's a JVC, or whether it's a Panasonic, it almost doesn't matter nowadays. So many of these in this price range are gonna be very comparable. The only thing that you have to be sure about is that it has an HDMI out, video out, so that you can send it to your capture device. And so most of these have a little HDMI port on the side that you can open up the little tab, and there's a mini HDMI. You plug in your mini HDMI cable that goes to a full-size HDMI, and those cables are all over Amazon or whatever, and you can stream with this. So that's one option. You put this on a tripod, and honestly, even this, as old as it is, will probably even look as good or better than a phone. And so you can do something like that and stream. There's also the option of DSLRs, like this is the Canon DSLR or the Nikon DSLR with interchangeable lenses, so you can get the shot that you really like, and a lot of good options. And all of these have HDMI out, but you have to be sure if you're going to use a DSLR that it has a clean HDMI out, that it doesn't put any of the focus information or display info on the output. And so you just have to be sure that you can select a clean HDMI output. And honestly, Canons are bad about that. You can do it and get around it, but Nikons and Sonys, their DSLRs have clean outputs and are a little bit better, even though we use Canon here, but you can go around it. If you are going to use one of these type of cameras, let's talk about audio. So let's say you get a little camcorder like this, and you're gonna use a capture card, a capture device like this to go into a computer. How do you get audio? Good question, glad you asked. There is this device right here, which is a converter that takes XLR to a headphone. And all of these cameras make sure that it's got a mic input, but I don't know of one that doesn't. And so this has the mic input, you plug into the mic input, and then you plug in your XLRs from your soundboard, and this would be stereo, left and right. And you can plug in a stereo input into this, get audio from your soundboard or from any other microphone into your camera. It would then embed it into the HDMI, embed it into your capture device, and then it would be in your software. So that is a single camera setup at your church, in your auditorium. Stick one of these cameras on a tripod, get good audio to it from this XLR device. Actually, this one here is a Sign Video XLR Pro. And so you got volume adjustment for channel 1, channel 2, and your XLR. So you can use something like that. So that would be a single camera sitting in the back, HDMI running out to a capture device into a computer. Now on your computer, let's talk about the software on your computer. Software on your computer, what we use is OBS. OBS is the main, most popular streaming software. It is actually developed for gamers, and it is free. It is free 99. And so you can download this for free and use it, and it's powerful. It's powerful, and we've never had any issues with it crashing or not working. It's been very solid for us, been using it for over a year now. No problems at all. And I know many other churches that are using OBS with no problem. So it's free. You can load that on a computer. And then inside that software, OBS, you can then set up your camera input. And if you have your capture device plugged in, it will show up as an input. You select it, and then whatever camera you have plugged in or signal you're sending to this will then display inside OBS. And then OBS, you can YouTube OBS church live stream. And there will be so many tutorials on how to set it up and the specifics of it, so I'm not going to go into that here, but I want to give you the resources to even know what to search for. So you can search OBS church live stream and watch some of those tutorials, see how to set it up, and it'll walk you through step by step, give you a lot of details and information, and you'd be able to set up your live stream and stream somewhere. We have OBS, and we then stream OBS to Split Stream. Split Stream receives our signal and then sends it to Facebook and YouTube at the exact same time. So for us, we hit inside OBS, we hit Start Stream, it sends it to Split Stream. Split Stream sends it to Facebook and YouTube, so that way we're streaming on both platforms at one time. And depending on what service you pay for with Split Stream or Caster or Restream, there's a couple of different companies that do it. You can stream up to like 10 different platforms. Just depends on what you want to pay for, how many places you want to send it. And so that's what we do. That service for us is 10, 15 bucks a month to be able to split it. So people that are watching on YouTube, people that are watching on Facebook. So let's talk about your internet real fast. So whether you are using your phone in your building, your internet connection matters, or whether you are using a computer with OBS or some type of software, your internet speed matters. What you need to do is run a speed test and figure out what your upload speed is. There's a difference between download speed and upload speed. When you're live streaming, you are using the upload speed. And really, for a consistent, trouble-free stream, I would recommend about 10 megabytes per second upload speed. If you can get a solid 10 megabytes upload speed, you'll be okay. Here at the church, we have 30, and we've liked that because we can have other things going on at the same time, other connections to the internet, and it won't mess up our live stream with our 30 upload. When we had 10 upload, we had issues if anybody else was connecting and doing things, it was affecting our stream. And so you can with 10, but I would recommend you then limit everything else while you're streaming so that there's no other communication happening if you only have 10 upload. The other thing that I would stress, this is very important, vitally important, do not use a computer to live stream with Wi-Fi. You have to run a cable. You have to run an Ethernet cable and it be a wired connection. You will have problems and dropouts and inconsistent streams if you try doing it Wi-Fi. If you're using a laptop to do it or a desktop computer, run a Ethernet cable to it, have a wired internet connection. That will save you a lot of headaches and will be much better for you.